What's going on, guys? What's going on? I'm not cutting the beginning of the video. I have a new desk set up. Kind of, what's the word? Catty corner. The desk. I'm not going to be using this. I'll probably set it up for the next video. Guys, today we're going to be talking about something a little different, right? Understand that we are living in a new world, whole different society than we were living in 20 years ago, or that your parents lived in, or that you grew up in when you were like, I don't know, 10, 15, when you were in high school, right? Whole different society. And after I tell you what I'm about to tell you, you'll kind of see the path and the direction that you didn't see when it was right there in front of your face this whole time. The direction and where we are now when it comes to male, female dynamics, marriage, relationships, everything. But first, I'll tell you how my day was. So, started out the day, hit the gym with a friend of mine, Jacob, a good friend of mine. He plays, occasionally plays on the football team. Pretty good guy. He has it on straight. He has, a direction, things that he wants to do, goals, all that type of stuff, right? So we hit the gym. It was my first time hitting the gym with him. It was a pretty good gym session. I say this year, probably the top 3 gym session. We hit chest, shoulders, biceps, triceps, forearms, all that good shit, right? I tell him, because he's, telling me about his goals, about cutting or whatever. I was telling him the diet plan. Right now, the thing that I'm doing is I'm eating turkey burger patties, like almost every day, right? Just to get the protein, like straight from the food, versus like a protein shake where it has all the milk and the dairy, that extra shit that's in the protein shake, right? And I was telling him about the burger patties, like, bro, right after the workout, go get you about, just, you can eat, like, instead of getting like the pound of turkey meat, right? You can get the frozen patties, just right in the frozen burger section, whatever, HEB, Walmart. I prefer turkey. Some people like beef or whatever. Turkey just less greasy to me. I think it's more leaner. There's a little less protein than beef. Beef, I think, has like 25 grams of protein. The turkey has like 20, 21. But I mean, you eat 8 of them in a day, it's like you're good, So tell him, on top of that, you need to do cardio. So it's time to hit the Stairmaster. The what's the fucking word? I don't know what it is. I don't know what the word is, but it's it's something that a lot of guys, a lot of people in general, just are intimidated by. And yes, it is a lot more. It takes away. You start getting exhausted quicker, right? Probably the first 5 minutes if you're not used to it. And first 5 minutes, bro, I was like, can't do this shit anymore, And I told him, like, hey, bro, I learned this from a good friend, Romelo, who does the All Red podcast with me, right? We're running the trail one day, he tells me, before we even start running, he says, the worst thing you can do is stop. Only stop when you're supposed to, not when you feel like you want to. Makes sense? And I don't know, that kind of stuck with me. And I told Jacob the same thing. The worst thing you can do is stop on a Stairmaster. Anything that you're doing, right? Anything that you have some type of start and momentum, the worst thing you can do is stop, because it inevitably you kind of train your mind to stop when it gets hard, right? And you kind of build this mentality of gradual thing. Like, maybe I can tomorrow. I'll go even longer. Next day I'll go even longer, right? When it's already, that's okay. That's perfectly fine. because the best thing is just doing it, trying it, right? But when you have a goal, especially when you're with like people that friends or whatever, or a group setting, when you all have a goal, right, for the day, it's important that you follow through with that goal. Do not stop. He stopped for a little bit, and he kept going or whatever. And then I stopped again for some water, but he pushed through. We're gonna hit the gym tomorrow, possibly, and see how that goes tomorrow. I'm probably not gonna hit the stairmaster tomorrow. I usually hit it like twice a week, and then treadmill the other half of my split. But yeah, we'll see how that goes tomorrow, guys. Football season's about to start in March, and I'm gonna be honest, I've not written any plays. I've just been thinking about like other things that I could do, for videos, certain type of content that I can do. That it's coming. It's coming, guys. Trust me. So I plan on doing certain social interactions to one practice for myself and then teach you guys along the way of my journey of being like socially like valuable, socially not socially awkward, right? Just understanding the way to maneuver through day-to-day conversations, small talk, all that shit with whatever gender, men, women, doesn't matter. It's just like those situations where like somebody, like you walk past somebody, they say, "Oh, how's it going, man?" And you just be like, "Well, did you?" You know what I mean? And like you can't really like turn that shit on because like you're walking or you're doing something. You're like on your way to complete this task, and then somebody just cross your path like unexpectedly, and then you or the infamous one is when the waitress comes to your table, or the waitress. Oh, I don't know. Let's use this example. When I go to the gym, right? They'll say, I sign in or whatever. They'll say, "Have a good workout," And I did this the other day actually. And I was like, "Oh, you too." She said, "Have a good workout." And I was like, "Oh, you too." And I was like, I thought about it real quick, and I was like, "Man, fuck." I was like, "What the fuck?" But at the end of the day, you just take the L, move on, right? I put the whiteboard here for a reason. There is, oh no, I saw this on the internet, right? This is not a set of balls, right? So, no, fuck, I don't even know. Say that's America. Try to make the pictures identical. See this picture on the internet not so long ago, right? Somebody usually says this when there's some type of conflict or some type of disagreement, right? When two sides are fighting each other, on the internet, right? The usual shit. I think right now you have like the ICE thing going on, whereas before it was like the Israel-Palestine thing going on. Who knows what the fuck is next, right? After ICE is going to be forgotten about. And then it's going to be something else completely different. Why it's like that is up to your interpretation. Okay. But you walk past somebody, or you're in the gym. You use this any scenario. Have a good workout. Oh, you too. And they're not fucking working out. They're at the desk. They're not gonna work out. Right? And you might beat yourself up about this. And you might think to yourself, "Oh, I'm fucking stupid. Fuck, what a fucking idiot. How could I not? How could I do that?" Right? And now you might think, "Oh, I gotta avoid this person." It might be on your mind for, I don't know, like the rest of the fucking day, right? First thing you do, understand this. The world before, the world after, right? The world before, the world after. Shit keeps going. Just keeps going, right? At the end of the day, nobody cares as much as you care about awkward social situations, right? I know what I said at the beginning of the video, and I'm gonna leave this up here. I might have to revert back to that. I know I said about the beginning of the video times. I think I might do that for the next video. I don't know. I'll see what I get into. But let's start here, right? So when you wake up, you wake up in the morning and you're in a good mood, right? When you come across these interactions with people, you know what to say. You know exactly what tasks you need to do for the day. You complete those tasks. You have what do you call it? Let's just say an unskippable conversation, multiple, perfect conversation skills, not socially awkward, a feeling of you're funny, you have jokes to tell, and you're just essentially that guy for the day, right? We all have those days. I've been having more of those days as of recently because of this, right? I'm about to tell you. There's something called the internet right now calls it a flow state, right? We're just going to call it state. State, right? As I'm learning, I'm teaching. As I'm learning, I'm teaching you guys, right? Something called state. When you're in this state, right, like I explained before, those like unskippable portions of your life, right, that you run through conversations, you don't overthink, you're funny, you're laughing, you're joking, other people are laughing, other people are feeding off your energy, you're providing good energy, you can handle the negative energy doesn't bother you, and you remember those days, like you remember, like fuck, today was a fucking great day, right? You remember that shit. And I'm only talking to people who are like aware of what's going on around them, because a lot of people, to me, I feel like is completely not aware of shit. But you'd be surprised how many people are actually aware. I'm talking to you guys, right? You know what? Even the people that aren't aware, watch this shit, because sometimes you're the one making this shit awkward sometimes, right? So we're gonna call this state. That scenario, that day, you were in a flow state. Everything just flowed. You were like water. You were like a fucking river. Rocks in the way, waterfall going down, people on boats, but you're still fucking flowing, right? You are still going. Uh Flow state. So understand, if you want to be like this all the time or just more often, remember what happened. Reflect on those good days. Reflect on the times where you were flowing, when you were like fucking water, when you were the life of the day. Remember those times. Remember what you did the night before. Did you get enough sleep? What did you eat? Did you go to the gym the day before? Uh, what conversations did you have? How much time did you spend on social media? Right? And repeat those things. Okay? It's gonna be a test for you. Just like homework. Repeat those things that you've done and see if you get into this state again. 90% of the time, you will. Right? I know you're probably like, Kane, but like I have things going on. I have these bills, some shit going on in my car, right? Overthinking. I'm not even gonna write this shit. Overthinking will kill your flow state, right? So after you reflect and recognize what got you there, so I'm gonna tell you what actually got you there. Freedom. Oh, I'm gonna need that fucking marker again. Freedom of outcome. Okay, that's your homework. Understand freedom of outcome. Free. Oh fuck. From outcome. Right. Understand on that good day where you were flowing like water, when you were a fucking beast, socially. This is I'm making you aware of what it was, right? You were free from outcome. You did not care what the outcome was from the things and the actions, the things that you said and the actions that you did. You did not give a fuck. Think back on that good day, right? Where you didn't care what the outcome was. It could be talking to a girl, right? We all have those times where not all of us are always like approaching women and trying to socialize with women, right? Or random women. But there are days where you do. Those days, you don't care if she likes you or not. You don't care if you get that phone number. You don't care if you make her laugh or not. You don't care. You just talk. You just go. You're just going. Because you have no you're not searching for something to happen. That's the key. You're not searching for an outcome. When you wake up, whenever you see this video, if you see it in the morning, see it at night. See it in the morning, it might be too late. If you see it at night, go to sleep with that mindset of I don't care what the outcome is going to be. And this right here, because the action of doing that is called free associating. When you do that, you are free associating as the action. That puts you in the flow state. Not caring about the outcome. And then from not caring about the outcome, it puts you in a state of free associating. And that free associating comes together to put you in a flow state or state. All full circle. And then what happens after that is it becomes a rhythm, right? One thing bounces off of another. Like you can't go wrong when you're in flow state. And you know that because you've been there before. It goes one conversation to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. And it gradually goes up. Like your social skills gradually get better for that day. And you can do this. This can happen more frequently in your life when you understand freedom from outcome, right? All right, guys, that's it for the video. It's a quick video. I hope this helped you. Share this with a homie who needs this, a homie who doesn't do enough talking, because we all understand. They say your net worth is your network. Your net worth is your network, right? This is how you get there. This is how you get there. And these are the steps. Easy. It's all mental. It's all a mental thing. And then once you get good at it, you'll be able to turn that shit off. Like free. So like when I started this video, I had no idea what the fuck I was going to talk about. I said I was going to talk about one thing and then switched it up. Doesn't matter. You're still here. You're still here. You're still watching, because either way, it's valuable information. Thank you so much for tuning in and paying attention and clicking on the video, even just clicking on the video. If you're watching, whatever you're doing, keep going hard. Don't stop. Practice your social skills. It doesn't have to be scary. Remember that what I drew in the beginning, the world before and the world after, right? Shit's going to keep moving. People are still going to keep driving cars on the highway. Water's still going to keep fucking flowing. It's not going to fucking stop, right? Whatever you said, whatever was awkward, whatever you thought you said was wrong or did like was wrong, like not actually wrong, but whatever you thought, it's done. Nobody thinks about it anymore except you, right? Like, subscribe, comment how you feel about this video, and I will see you guys next time. It's Coach Kane, and we out.